This is Marc Kramer, Senior Lecturer of Entrepreneurship at VinUniversity and host of Asian Founders and Funders. Today, our guest is Konomi Takasago, founder of VitaBase. Welcome.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
So let's start off with giving us your background about how did you become an entrepreneur and what was your business path?
Uh, I'm now CEO of VitaBase, and in the previous company, I was also co-founder of the company, and we were serving the healthcare system. So then, around 4 years ago, I met my co-founder, and we found the startup company, and I had some experience there. And then I founded another company again around 10 months ago. Yeah, that's my background. Thank you.
So tell us about VitaBase and why you started it.
Uh, in the previous company, my service was only in Japan, and I'm from Japan, and I wanted to try another countries, like more developing companies. So that's why I visit Vietnam, and then I've started my business in Vietnam.
And tell us about what the company does.
Okay, my service is a software system for waste management companies. In waste management field, there are so many information like when they recycle and process the waste and the type and the quantity and so on. And there are no good system to manage those information. So I'm now developing the software system to manage and keep the traceability for the players in the field.
And that's so important now, especially to Vietnam, because Hanoi, until recently, was the most polluted city in the
Mhm.
world, and it's still
True.
among the top five. And one
Mhm.
of the reasons that Hanoi has challenges in recruiting or companies to come here, or even people to want to start companies in Hanoi, is for exactly the reason I guess you started your company. It's so important to reduce the pollution and waste and so forth. Have you found, since you've come to Vietnam, that there have been companies very interested in what you're offering?
Yeah, true. Like, the reason why I started that service is like that. So once I visited Vietnam, it was for the first time for me, and the air was very polluted, and there are some disease from the dirty food or like some problem of the air and soil and like some pollutions. So that and the government is also trying to improve the situation, and the rules are coming up recently. Like last year, they started the EPR system. That is the rule to the companies who generate the waste. So the society in Vietnam is now changing, and there are so many complexities. So that's why I thought this society is needing the software system to manage those situations.
Why did you become an entrepreneur instead of pursuing a more traditional career path, especially being Japanese, where the tradition is typically to go to work for somebody and spend a career with them?
Uh, the trigger was just the meeting with my co-founder in previous companies. So before that, I haven't considered about my career as an entrepreneur, but she was thinking about founding the company, and her vision was very, very interesting and fascinating for me. So I had some empathies, and then I joined her. And after the experience there, for me, founding the new company or a new service was very exciting, and there are some very big impact on society I felt. So that's why I chose career of the entrepreneur in this another company as well.
What surprised you about what it takes to be an entrepreneur? What have you learned about entrepreneurship that you didn't know when you got into it?
Mhm. I didn't have a lot of knowledge or experiences to found the company, but after studying that, there are so many people, they cheer us up. And many people told me how to start this business or how to improve that. So, even some people without any experiences, like very young people, can try the entrepreneur, I think. So, yeah, that's very surprising for me.
And what is your typical workday like as an entrepreneur? Like, what time do you get up, and what does your day look like, and what time does it end? And do you work, as we always hear, entrepreneurs working 6, 7 days a week? What's your day and week like?
Ah, there are not very regular cycle. So I don't know. When I have a time, I start my work at 9 a.m. and continue until like, I don't know, at night, uh, 11 p.m. or later than that. And if some, if I have something like to, for example, to see the people, I stop my work at, I don't know, 7 p.m. or 6 p.m. So that's very flexible. And yeah, there are no regular cycle.
Okay. And so, what's the most challenging part of being an entrepreneur?
Mm. Now my company is in the pre-seed phase. So I haven't started the service, like I'm now still preparing. So it is very unclear if I'm proceeding or not. So I feel like sometimes it's a little bit like it is anxiety. So to continue my way, my vision, I have to believe my way, and it's still proceeding. But sometimes it's not unclear, so it's a little bit difficult to continue for me.
Did you raise money for this business, or are you using your own money right now to fund the business?
I'm using my money right now, and also I lend a little money from bank. And in the previous company, I raised funds from venture capitals and angel investors. So in this company, I would like to do that in the future, but now I haven't done that.
And when you're hiring employees, what's your criteria for hiring people? What do you look for people who work in an entrepreneurial business?
Mhm. It really depends on the like phase. So for this phase, we don't have any members, so the situation is very kind of chaos. So the first member have to do many things, other sales or marketing or developing software or anything. So I need a person who can be very flexible to the situation, and the people who are very actively thinking to find their own jobs, like what they have to do. But after that phase, there will be some phases I need more professional people. Then I will hire for example, the engineer or designer or marketers. So then they just need to focus on their professional job. So that's very depends on the situation. But now I need more very, very flexible and active people here.
And how do you handle the uncertainty and risk and setbacks as a founder? I mean, you have to be a very resilient person to be an entrepreneur. How do you handle the ups and downs of entrepreneurship?
You mean how to keep my motivation or
Yeah, how do you keep motivated? But also, every day is not a great day. Some days are
uh-huh.
good, some days not so good. Um, and some people can't handle that. How do you manage to mentally get through days that are not good?
Uh, I'm not sure. Maybe meeting many people. So when I do something by myself, only by myself, I need to consider about my way and my like proceeding. So
Mhm.
then my feeling is sometimes like going down. But if I meet many people, like people are very actively doing some business or some entrepreneurs or the people who are trying to best their best in the different fields, then I feel more empathies and more enthusiastic feeling. So yeah, for me, meeting many people will be the motivation for to continue my way.
So other people help motivate you as well.
Yeah, I think so.
What surprised you most about doing business in Vietnam compared to Japan and other countries?
I think in Vietnam there are so many women entrepreneurs and women with leadership. In Japan, for example, when I go to the community for entrepreneurs, I think around 90% are male. But in Vietnam, I think in that kind of communities, I don't know, more than 50% were is are women. So in Vietnam, there are so many powerful and actively thinking women. So that was very surprising for me.
Yeah, I think so too. I've been to
Mhm.
events where 80% of the entrepreneurs are women.
I
Uh,
see.
and I think the national statistic is 62% of the companies are run by women in Vietnam,
Mhm.
which is different than any other country in Asia, right? I mean, most countries, the men are mostly the entrepreneurs, but Vietnam is different.
Yeah, true.
Have you found, being Japanese, that Vietnam has been very welcoming to you? Have they embraced you being here?
Uh, sorry, the feelings toward the Japanese?
Yes, like have you felt, have Vietnamese been welcoming to you? Are they,
Uh,
uh, how has that been coming from a different culture coming to Vietnam?
uh, yeah, Vietnamese people are very welcome. Like, there are so many Japanese companies and many of Vietnamese people are learning Japanese. So, yeah, it's there are so many people who are working in Japanese company, and also even some people who are not able to speak Japanese, they say to me like konnichiwa or arigato or like Japanese words. So I feel like they are very welcoming to Japan. But
Yeah.
there are also some difficulties like um, in Vietnam, there are not so many people who speak English or Japanese, so it is sometimes very difficult to communicate with them. So that can be the barrier for me as well.
Yeah, the younger generation is all taking English in their English language learning centers all over Vietnam. So I think it's progressing for sure that more people. I don't think they'll be learning Japanese as much as they'll be learning English, since that's
Mhm,
the most spoken language in the world outside of Chinese,
mhm.
and so around the world. What are the opportunities and challenges you see in the Vietnam startup and innovation ecosystem?
Mm. I think startup ecosystem in Vietnam is still developing. So in Japan, there are so many venture capitals investors, And there are so many, for example, acceleration program to cheer entrepreneurs up, or like some each government in each area has some program to cheer entrepreneurs up. But in Vietnam, there are not so many venture capitals, or I think there are, it is the only, Ho Chi Minh City is the only area where there are so many entrepreneurs, and Hanoi is also developing like that, but still like the progress. So it's a little bit difficult to raise funds. So then that can be my strength. So I can raise fund in Japan and start my business in Vietnam and collaborate with Vietnamese people who are very keen to start up. So that is also interesting, but there are also some difficulties.
Do you have a business mentor? Is there anybody that you go to for advice on business?
Yes, I don't like get any specific mentor, but there are so many people who are giving advices to me. So yeah, that's very important people for me.
Do you encourage entrepreneurs to get mentors, people to help guide them?
I'm not sure. I haven't had any specific mentor, so I don't know if they should do, but we are we don't have any experiences or many knowledges. The advices from many people are necessary to start the service. So yeah, I don't know if we call it mentors, but we need a lot of advisors in the different fields. So yeah, that's very important for me.
When you go to events, how do you network to meet contacts? How do you do networking?
That's both like reference and contacting by myself. So when I uh, say openly what kind of connection is needed, then many people connect some people to me. So that's very important connection. But sometimes there are no connection like that. For example, I'm now in the field of the waste and the recycling, but I'm not from that kind of field, so I don't have any connection in that field. So then I just contacting from the website or LinkedIn or Facebook, something like that. And I had some very important connection from the just door knocking. So I think both are very important, and uh, unexpectedly, um, just as by door knocking, we can meet very good person, or sometimes they are very kind to me because I'm now like trying new things, and some people are getting interested in that. So yeah, for me, both are very important.
What podcasts, books, or publications do you regularly follow to stay inspired and informed as an entrepreneur?
So sorry,
Do you
can you
listen
say?
to any business podcast, or do you read any books or any publications that help you improve your business skills and knowledge?
Ah, thank you. Yes, in Japan, there are some people who are running their own business and they are doing some podcasts. So I sometimes listen to that. And there are some uh, sorry, I forgot like YouTube channels of
Yes,
the
sure.
speech. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, that's also very good for me to learn.
Oh, what's now that you've been an entrepreneur and you're growing in the field, what advice do you have for people who want to become entrepreneurs, especially high school and college students who want to become entrepreneurs? What advice do you give them?
I think for younger people, there
Yes.
are no risks to start their own company or services. So the older we get, there are some things we have to like protect, like family or my parents or any other things. So trying something new when we are younger is very good thing, and we should do many things while we are young. So yeah, that is very important thinking for me.
Okay. And finally, where do you see your company in the next 5 years? I mean, will you be just in Vietnam, or are you hoping to be in other Asian countries like Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, Malaysia, Indonesia? What is your long-term plan?
Yeah, of course, I want to expand to many countries. Like I would like to expand to Asia and India or also Africa. So I'm very interested in the companies which is still developing, and where there are some problems to solve. So I think in three or I don't know, 2 or 3 years, start my business in Vietnam, and then I would like to expand to other countries. And in 10 years, I would like to, I don't know, expand 10 countries in the Africa and Asia area. So yeah, I want to be very global company.
Well, I thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today.
Mhm.
I look forward to following your progress, and I hope you have great success.
Okay, thank you very much.